Skidly-doo-dee-doo-dow-ba-dee-dow-dee. Pouring with Pilar. She's a barista.
Hi guys, welcome back to Pouring with Pilar. I'm Pilar, this is my bar, and over here we express ourselves in the kitchen through making drinks, but we also celebrate things. And today we are celebrating Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead. I'm a little out of breath because I got really excited throughout the intro. But Day of the Dead is a holiday that my family has only recently established in their household, but it's a very, very, very popular holiday in a lot of Mexican households. It is a holiday rooted in Aztec tradition. It also has key elements of Spanish Catholicism, and it's in a very, very famous movie that you definitely know, Coco. So, Day of the Dead, if you don't already know what it is, essentially it's a day where we honor our loved ones who have passed on by creating an altar for them. It's an altar that is supposed to guide them home and also comfort their souls upon arrival so that you can celebrate them for the rest of the evening. Now, altars traditionally have things like pictures of the loved ones who have passed on, candles to help light their way, the marigolds to help guide them over, things like salt for purification, pan de muerte, which is very, very expensive Mexican bread. And it also has ofrendas, which are food and drink offerings to help comfort the soul and like replenish them upon their arrival. And that's what we're going to be working with today. We're going to be making a teeny abstract ofrenda. Now, a quick disclaimer. This is a very, very beautiful and a rich, rich holiday. And so I want to treat this with a little bit of reverence, a little bit of respect, and I want to pay homage to this holiday. I don't want to make a mockery out of it. So while I am taking key elements of it, this is not an official celebration of Dia de los Muertos. So let's get started making our drink, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I say I'm going to build an ofrenda. So what I'm going to get started with is I have my ice in my little cup already. And over here I have, it's now cold, Mexican hot chocolate. Mexican hot chocolate tastes like home to me. It is hot chocolate made with cocoa, milk, cayenne I think it is, and then like chili powder and vanilla extract. So today I'm using the instant one, but if you were like OG, you have definitely seen this brick before. This is the Abuelita hot chocolate brick. And if you've used this before, you definitely know that struggle of like trying to chop it down and then like saute it in the milk or whatever. Saute is not the right word. But this is kind of a pain in the butt to use. This, you get the same taste for so much easier. So I have the packets already brewed. It's already cold, and I'm going to pour it into my cup. It's so thick. And you'll see why we're doing it iced. We're going to need that ice to help keep the ofrenda afloat. Alrighty, I'm going to put that guy off to the side. Now, Dia de los Muertos is sometimes celebrated in cemeteries. You'll go to the cemetery, you'll put the food and the candles and the pictures and everything right directly on the headstone. So we're going to be taking inspiration from that. And I crushed up some Oreos to represent like the dirt. It's not a key element in the altar, but it's delicious. I love it. I remember one time, Denise, if you're watching, you'll definitely remember this. We were working with my cousin and some of the children that she was working with, and we made them little chocolate pudding cups with this dirt and then some gummy worms and everything. And this one little boy, without missing a beat, was just, is this real dirt? And just, he wouldn't stop eating it. And we looked at him and we were like, no. And cool. And he just kept eating it. And I think about that every time I see Oreos, and it gives me a chuckle. It gives me a laugh. So I'm going to be tossing some Oreos directly on top. And I'm using reusable ice today, which is why they are so chunky. I mean, aren't we all after this year? If you guys watched the Halloween episode, I embraced it. I loved it. And this drink will only make you chunkier. So I have packed on my Oreos. If you guys go to boba shops, it's also a really popular boba tea to get the potted plant milk tea. And so they often use Oreo crumbles on the top to give it that dirt effect, and then they'll just put a little leaf in there and you have your own potted plant milk tea. But today, we're not making that, we're making an ofrenda. Next, I'm going to use, I have clean hands, so I'm just going to smooth it out, and I'm going to be taking my marigolds. You remember how earlier I said that the marigolds were the flowers that would bring the dead to their altars? Well, it's also why in Coco, they have a whole bridge. Oh my God, do you guys remember that scene? It took so many animators to create that scene because it was just so beautiful. The marigolds, the yellow ones that I have over here, represent death, and it's what's most commonly used to bring the souls back to their homes. So I'm using, I thought it would be a great idea to chop up some candy corn, and it was, until they all stuck together because they're made with honey. So I chopped them all up, kind of crumbled them with my hands, and then tossed them in cornstarch to keep them from sticking with each other. But alas, I did not do a great job. But we're gonna roll with it because it's pouring with Pilar, and we don't care. We just like the way it tastes. So I'm gonna be making a teeny little bridge towards about the center of it. And it's so hard because they're like all stuck together, you guys. I should have added a disclaimer that this is a very, very, very sweet drink. A very sweet drink. Not only does it have the Oreos, it has the chocolate, the iced chocolate, it has the candy corn, and then it's going to have my favorite ingredient coming up. But it is very, very sweet. It might be a little bit hard to modify if you're diabetic or if you're watching your sugar. I'm watching my sugar, so I'm only going to be drinking like one of these all year. So if you can see, I made the tiny bridge of marigolds about halfway through the cup. And now I'm going to be adding the ofrenda portion. I'm going to be using chocolate covered espresso beans. This is paying homage to two different people. This is paying homage to two different people. One is my grandpa on my mom's side, who loved coffee. He would chug a venti like it was like a shot. Like he loved coffee that much. And we're also paying homage to our dear late friend, Paul, who used to snack on these guys like crazy. So these are chocolate covered espresso beans to pay honor to both of them. Let me show you guys real quick. They look like little chocolate chips. We actually tossed these in chocolate earlier this morning. I'm going to drop a couple in the middle, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like, if you can see. So those are the chocolate espresso beans, that's the candy corn, and this is our tiny ofrenda. I'm gonna mix it up just a bit so I don't get a Oreo mustache. And let's try it. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's sweet. Oh. That's good. Sorry, I shouldn't talk with... It was my first time ever, like, taking a drink of it. But that is really good, especially with the chocolate-covered espresso beans. That sharpness and that bitterness and the robust flavor kind of tones down all that sugar that you're drinking. So while you're still drinking that sugar, it doesn't taste like it. And there you go. That is your Coco-inspired Coco. So let me know if you guys are celebrating Dia Los Muertos. I'm not the gatekeeper. If you are not of Mexican descent, don't worry, you can still celebrate this holiday. But like I said at the top of this, it is a holiday that should be treated with a lot of reverence, a lot of respect, and you're paying homage, you're paying honor to some of the fallen or people who have passed away in your life. So thank you so much for letting me make this for you guys. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe, stay soapy. I love you. Bye.
Skiddly-doo-dee-doo-dow-ba-dee-dow-dee. Pouring with Pilar. She's a barista.